Welcome back to Think Thrice Problem Solving. Today we're going to be looking at a limit problem and looking at a very common technique that we use to solve for these limit problems, if you've ever taken them in a calculus class. So the problem here is the limit as x approaches 0 of this expression, square root of x squared plus 49 minus 7 over x squared. Our goal is to find this limit. And if you just plug in 0, we can see we end up getting 0 on the top, 0 on the bottom. So there are some different ways we can handle this, but go ahead and pause this video and work toward the answer, or we'll just go ahead and jump into it together. So initially, let's just make sure we understand what the problem is. So if I plug in x equals 0, then I'm going to get the square root of 0 plus 49 minus 7 over 0, which is going to be 7 minus 7 over 0, which is 0 over 0. So obviously, that's undefined. We don't know what to do with that. So what you might initially be thinking is, let's use L'Hopital's rule. So L'Hopital's rule, so definitely maybe it would be worth an effort, but you'll notice if you try to do this problem that it's going to be very, very messy. So probably not the best way to attack this problem. So instead, we're going to use a method that's used fairly often in problems like this. This is kind of a simple example of it. And we're going to notice that if I multiply by the reciprocal, so I notice that the square root of x squared plus 49 minus 7, if I multiplied by the square root of x squared plus 49 plus 7, then remember a plus b times a minus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. So by doing this, I can kind of simplify my problem. So let's go up here and let's look now at the limit as x approaches 0 of x squared. So this is my original expression right here on the left. And I'm just going to multiply it by square root of x squared plus 49 plus 7 on both the top and the bottom. Okay, and when we do that, we're going to notice, let's rewrite this. We're now going to have the limit as x approaches 0 of x squared plus 49 minus 49 divided by x squared times square root of x squared plus 49 plus 7. All right, and very quickly I see that these 49s are going to cancel. And then I'm left with this x squared in the numerator and the x squared in the denominator. So those guys are going to combine together and form just a 1. And what we're going to be left with now is the limit as x approaches 0 of 1 divided by the square root of x squared plus 49 plus 7. And now there's no problem evaluating at 0 here, so we're just going to get 1 divided by 0 plus 49 in the square root plus 7, which is going to be 1 over 7 plus 7, which is 1 over 14. And that is actually going to be our final answer. So our solution to this problem is 1 over 14. Okay, and this is a method that's not super tricky, but if you haven't seen it, it's very useful in the future. So I hope you enjoyed working this problem. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you have an idea for your own video, please submit it to thinkthriceproblemsolving@gmail.com. And as you're working through problems on your own, think once, think twice, and if you ever get stuck, think thrice.